doing tonight? You know, if you're nervous about public speaking, they always say to picture your audience in their underwear. Well, I've been to a few tech parties and I've seen it, and it's pretty disappointing. Anyway, my name is Austin Brue, and I have something to say. I'm really happy to be here performing for all of you tonight. It's a great honor, privilege. But hold on, let me calm down a little bit. I'm a little nervous, I'm excited. I'm sorry, it's my first time doing this, and I don't want to finish too fast. But anyway, I think you get a trade-off right here. If I go through this and I'm not funny, it's a trade-off. You get a comedy show for a magic show. You get to watch me make the audience disappear. So I'm letting you know right now it's going to be about a few minutes of pretty sleazy trash, and then we'll get you right back to more karaoke and interpretive dance. So, my name's Austin James Brue, that's my full name. I have one of those names, you know, that I've had since I was younger that you can do a lot with. Like, you probably heard various names around the school, like Brue Man, Brue Dog, Brue Ski, the Brue, Mr. Plow. Yeah, everyone seems to know me. I mean, the local authorities know me as, hey, you in the bushes, drop the binoculars. It's always the guy in the glasses. So anyway, I decided to, I've always wondered, is there somebody that is cursed with the same name as me? So I decided to look it up, so I got on Facebook. And I typed in my name, Austin Brue, and what do you know, another Austin Brue came up. And so this guy, he's 21. He's got more friends than me. He's really into the dance. Like I looked at his profile. I mean, it's not stalking, I think. And yeah, he's a backup dancer for famous singers. Like, he's got a picture of him and Britney Spears. Now me, I'm 24 years old. I'm unemployed. I've lost count of how many years I've been in college. And I've got pictures of me drinking cheap beer on Christmas Day morning. So I think if this other Austin Brue ever got online and got on my profile, I'm sure he'd be pretty jealous. But it doesn't really matter though, because for in the end there can only be one. That's from the movie Highlander. So anyway, I've got a question. It's more of an observation, really. I mean, I've noticed this. It's been around for a long time. But have you ever noticed that they still sell pornography at the bookstore? Like, no joke. You go into Borders, Barnes & Noble, Walden Books, and it's right there. I mean, it's pretty hard to miss because it's on a pretty big rack. You flip through there and you see, I mean, you'd be surprised. I mean, you usually think, oh, it's this Playboy or Penthouse or something like that, but no, I mean, they've got stuff that, like, emphasizes the extra large bazongas. And of course, when I say bazongas, I do mean breasts. So, I've always wondered, who is still buying pornography at the bookstore? I mean, you think, the amount of self-confidence that you need is, I mean, a little well above the norm. And, like, let's say you, like, you know, grab the book, you go to the cash register. I mean, that self-esteem reaches the level of creepy. And believe me, I know creepy. Doing better than I expected. But you see, I've always wondered, I mean, you can go to an adult bookstore and just buy the same thing, right? I mean, see, the thing is, if you go buy it in Barnes & Noble, you know, you're just walking through the store, you know, you pick up your inappropriate activity, and who do you run into? You run into your neighbors. Reverend Bill, Sunday school wife, and the two bratty kids that talk about everything. And of course they're going to be like, oh, hey, how you doing? Oh, what you got there? Pretty interesting reading material you have there. All right, come on, kids, let's go. Don't look at them. And before you know it, they go home and they talk to their friends, and their friends talk to their friends, and pretty soon the whole entire town knows you're a pervert. That's why I had to move. Let's calm down now here. So anyway, so I wondered why can't you buy it at the adult bookstore? I mean, you see, you can buy whatever you want there, and no one's going to say a thing. I mean, that's the code of the adult bookstore. I mean, you can see anybody in there buying something. You can see the President of the United States, Barack Obama, buying Spud in the adult bookstore. And it's going to be like this. I mean, you can be like, you can go home, tell your friends, like, hey guys, you know what? I just saw the President of the United States buying pornography at the adult bookstore. That's pretty messed up. And your friends would be like, well, yeah, that is pretty messed up. I mean, President buying a dirty magazine. But hold on a second, we got a question though. What exactly were you doing at the adult bookstore? I mean, there's more confidentiality there than a doctor's office. I mean, it's like, I mean, you can't say anything about seeing anybody there without admitting the fact that you were at the adult bookstore. And pretty soon, everybody's going to talk, and they're going to talk to other people, and next thing you know, you're renting a U-Haul truck. So, and then the other thing, too, is it's the checkout. I mean, every time I go into a bookstore, and you go up to the cash register, there's always a woman working there. And of course, if you have, like, explicit material in your hand, that just makes everything, you know, 10 times more awkward. I mean, what do you gotta do? First you gotta wait in line, or behind the line for 30 minutes, get in the courage, and then you gotta make it all business, you know. Go in, don't make eye contact, look at the ground, just paying cash. Cut the small talk. I mean, they have it there, but they don't want it. And you can be like, yes, you can like, look, you know, I could have stayed home. I could have gotten on Craigslist.org or some other place on the internet and looked this stuff up for free. But no, instead, I decided to get in my car, come down here, and help you guys make some profit. So I don't need a judgmental glare right now. Now, you see, at the adult bookstore, I mean, you kind of have to buy something. I mean, if you're not buying something at the adult bookstore, it's loitering. It's like you can be, I mean, to say one night you get off work and you can go there and you can like go to the aisles, like, you know, looking at the movies or looking at the books or, you know, looking at that apparatus over there and just giggling. So, and of course, if you giggle enough, you start to attract the shopkeeper, and the shopkeeper will come over and be like, hey, yeah, can I help you out there? And you can be like, oh no, I'm just here looking. And the shopkeeper will be like, oh, okay, just looking, Well, that's great, now get the hell out of my store. So, if you go there, it's required that you have to buy something. And this is just what I've heard anyway, I don't go to such places, usually. Anyway, before I get my mic cut, or before I leave, I've got a story to tell about my views on life. So, one thing I always value more than anything in the world is a good laugh. And that's so valuable to me. sometimes this line of thinking gets me into trouble, as some certain people here know. Really? And so I got a story to tell about that. It was last summer at work, and they had a lady from OSHA come in to get her hearing tested. And, you know, to make sure we weren't going deaf from all the loud manufacturing equipment that we had. And I decided to say, and so instead of, you know, just going with the flow and just doing what I was supposed to, no. Under the influence of cold coffee, stale donuts, and horrible judgment, I decided to be witty. So, they called me up and I got in the booth, and you know, it's like, you hear the tone, press the button, and that's it. And so I did that, I got out, and she asked me, well, your hearing seems fine, are you hearing okay? And of course, I said, well, I can hear fine, but it's just kind of hard to hear over all the dogs barking in my head. So here's the people who thought it was funny. My direct supervisor, my general manager, some of the other workers. Here's who didn't find it funny. The lady from OSHA, and of course, human resources. So guess who I had to go talk to the other day? I mean, the next day. So I went in there, and pretty much he said I had to go see the doctor, go talk to a psychologist, bring back a note to prove I wasn't crazy. I'm still looking for work. Anyway, thank you. You've been a terrific audience. My name is Brue.